Hey there. Welcome back to the Debt Sucks podcast, where we don't just talk about paying off debt, we give you the tools to obliterate it. I'm your host, Ben Matthews, and today we're diving into a method that's going to change how you think about debt payoff, the Piledriver Method. A quick shout out to everyone who shared their progress on social media using the hashtag #HammerTimeDebtSucks. Your posts were awesome. From saving jars to canceled subscriptions to side hustle wins, you're out there swinging those hammers, and I'm here for it. A big welcome to all our new followers who are joining the Debt Smashing Club. Let's get to work. Segment 1, what is the Piledriver Method? The Piledriver Method is all about crushing debt while protecting yourself from financial setbacks. Here's the big idea. 1. Make minimum payments on all your debts to avoid late fees and protect your credit score. 2. Use your hammer to build your Shit Happens Fund. This is your safety net for emergencies so you don't end up back in debt. 3. Save up until you can pay off one specific debt in full and then use your hammer to obliterate it. When that debt is gone, here's the magic. You get a bigger hammer. You take the minimum payment you were making on that debt and add it to your old hammer. Now you've got even more power to crush the next one. And 5, celebrate your win, because every milestone matters, and repeat the process. With each debt you eliminate, your hammer grows, your momentum builds. It's like a financial snowball with a sledgehammer twist. Segment 2, why you need a hammer to build your fund faster. Let's talk about the real MVP of the Piledriver Method, your hammer. Without extra cash to work with, you're moving at a snail's pace, saving a little here, paying a little there. But with a hammer, you're making consistent progress toward building your Shit Happens Fund and paying off debt. The bigger the hammer, the faster you move. Here's how it works. Start with a small hammer. Maybe you're selling stuff you don't use, cutting back on coffee runs, or picking up a gig. When you pay off that first debt, you free up its minimum payment, and that money becomes part of your hammer. For example, if you were paying $50 a month on a credit card you just paid off, that $50 now gets added to your hammer. Over time, your hammer grows and you gain serious momentum. Your hammer isn't just about money, it's about consistency. The harder you swing it, the faster you'll see results. Segment 3, step-by-step guide to the Piledriver Method. Step 1. Make your minimum payments. It might feel like you're just treading water, but this step keeps you from sinking. It protects your credit score and avoids penalties while you build your plan. Step 2, build your Shit Happens Fund. Use your hammer to build that fund. This is your financial safety net for when life inevitably throws you a curveball. Emergencies don't care about your debt payoff plan, so this step is critical. Start small, but keep building. Every dollar counts. Step 3, save to a target and crush your debt. Once your Shit Happens Fund is in place, keep using your hammer to save for a specific goal, paying off one debt in full. So pick a target. Maybe it's the smallest balance for a quick win or the highest interest rate to save money long term. When you hit your savings target, swing that hammer and crush that debt completely. This is where the Piledriver lives up to its name. You're not just chipping away, you're smashing it. Step 4, celebrate and grow your hammer. Don't skip this step. Celebrate your win. Treat yourself. Post about it or do a victory lap around your house. Every milestone matters. Then take the minimum payment you were making on that debt and add it to your hammer. With each debt you eliminate, your hammer gets bigger, your progress gets faster, and your rock pile starts to crumble. And step 5 is repeat the process. Yeah, now it's time to rinse and repeat. Build your savings, target the next debt, and keep going until your rock pile is nothing but rubble. Segment 4, a quick recap of other debt-crushing methods. Now, before we leave today's topic, I want to quickly touch on the other 2 major debt-crushing methods we teased last week. If the Piledriver doesn't feel like the right fit for you, one of these might. First up is what we call the Big Rocks Method. This one is all about tackling the biggest, most expensive debts first. Once you build your Shit Happens Fund, you use your hammer to pay off the debt with the highest interest rate while continuing to make minimum payments on everything else. It's the most mathematically efficient way to pay off your debt because it minimizes the amount of interest you pay over time. If you're the type who likes to see the numbers work in your favor, this just might be your jam. Then there's the Little Rocks method. Here, you use your hammer to pay off the smallest debts first, regardless of interest rates. The idea is to build momentum with quick wins. When you knock out a smaller debt, you free up the money to attack the next one. It's like smashing little rocks off your rock pile one by one, and it can be incredibly motivating if you thrive on seeing progress fast. Both methods have their pros and cons, and the best choice depends on your situation and personality. We've got more details on each method on our website at debtsucks.info, so be sure to check them out if you're curious. Segment 5, teaser for next week, using side hustles to build your hammer. If you're wondering how to grow your hammer even faster, next week's episode is for you. We're talking all about side hustles, from gig work to freelancing to out-of-the-box ideas you might not have considered. If you've ever thought about picking up a side hustle but weren't sure where to start, we've got you covered. This is your chance to turbocharge your hammer and make serious progress on your debt. Listener challenge and call to action. Here's your challenge for this week. Write down your rock pile and choose one debt to target. Start using your hammer to build your Shit Happens Fund or save towards your next debt payoff goal. Post your progress on social media using the hashtag HammerTimeDebtSucks. Whether it's a savings update, a debt you just crushed, or a creative way you're growing your hammer, share it. Tag us and I might give you a shout out on the next episode. Oh, and if you're loving the podcast, don't forget to hit follow, leave a review, and share this episode with a friend who needs a bigger hammer. Hey, let's get real for a sec. The Debt Sucks plan, it's awesome. It works, but not everyone has the time or the patience to chip away at their financial Mount Everest. Maybe you're drowning right now, like creditors calling your grandma, paycheck gone before it lands, sleepless nights count as drowning. Sound familiar? Listen, you don't have to white knuckle your way through this alone. Instead of spending years battling debt $1 at a time, I've got you. Bankruptcy isn't a failure, it's a fresh start. And sometimes hitting reset is the smartest thing you can do. At my law firm here in South Carolina, we take the time to listen to your story and help you figure out if bankruptcy is the right choice for you. No pressure, no judgment, just straight answers and real solutions. And if you don't live in South Carolina, don't worry. I can connect you with a trusted attorney in your state. Wherever you are, help is closer than you think. So if you're ready to stop the stress and start fresh, visit debtsucks.info to share a little about your situation or call my office for a free consultation. Let's find your path forward together, because sometimes you don't need a plan, you need a damn lifeline. Let me be that lifeline. Closing thoughts. The Piledriver Method is a game changer. It combines strategy, momentum, and celebration to help you crush debt while protecting yourself from life's surprises. And with every debt you pay off, your hammer gets bigger, your progress gets faster, and your freedom gets closer. Thanks for tuning into the Debt Sucks podcast. Remember, adulting is hard, debt makes it harder, but you've got this. Catch us next week for all things side hustles.